I'm Jake Morgan, and this is 24 Signal Sports. The results, the transfers, and the talking points from the world of football. Let's bring in our correspondent. Over to you.
Thanks, Jake. I'm Mike, and here's today's Signal on Sports. Here's something for football fans. The BBC has put out a new quiz that tests how well you know World Cup history. The challenge is to name every host country. Can you name every country that has hosted the tournament? The BBC points out that the World Cup has been hosted by countries all over the world since the very first tournament back in 1930. That's almost 100 years of football, with a number of nations having hosted the tournament. The quiz invites readers to see how many of those host countries they can remember. What we don't know from the BBC's description is the full list of host nations, the total number, or exactly how the quiz is scored. If you want to test your own knowledge, the quiz was published by the BBC. Iran's national football team arrived in Mexico on Sunday, just ahead of the 2026 World Cup, and there's a dispute over visas. According to The Guardian, the United States refused to give visas to some of Iran's support staff. That's notable because all of Iran's group stage games are set to be played in the US, even though the team is based in Tijuana, Mexico. Iran's Football Association called the visa problems what it described as political interference in sport. The team's coach, Amir Galanoué, said they should have arrived a week earlier because there's a 12-hour time difference that takes about 2 weeks to adjust to. What we still don't know is how many staff were affected, who exactly was turned down, or the reasons the US gave. We also don't know if the issue will be resolved before the tournament. We'll keep following this story as more details come in. The United States men's soccer team played its last warm-up game before the World Cup, and according to The Guardian, they lost to Germany at Soldier Field in Chicago. Germany scored early, in the second minute after goalkeeper Matt Fries conceded the goal. Even with that quick setback, The Guardian says the way the American players responded was the clearest sign yet that manager Mauricio Pochettino's message is getting through to the squad. Despite the loss, but the report suggests the team responded in the way their coach has been working toward. One thing we don't know from this report is the final score or who else got on the score sheet. With the World Cup just around the corner, this game gives fans an early rate on how ready the US side might be. Today's recap: World Cup host quiz, Iran World Cup visa dispute, US World Cup friendly loss. Today's sources: BBC, The Guardian.
That's all for now. More games, more stories, same straight talk. I'm Jake Morgan, and this has been 24 Signal Sports. I'm Jake Morgan, and this is 24 Signal Sports. The results, the transfers, and the talking points from the world of football. Let's bring in our correspondent. Over to you.
Thanks, Jake. I'm Mike, and here's today's Signal on Sports. A BBC Football Daily podcast has taken listeners back more than 30 years to the 1994 World Cup in the United States. In an episode released on the 7th of June, 3 fans who were there share their memories of the tournament. According to the BBC, they also